Are you wondering how to finance a small business, get a loan, or bootstrap, the coaches all say? But we all know that coaches talk a lot. So what the do I think about this? Let's dig in. I'm Amy Walker. I help clients create consistent, predictable sales through their organic marketing strategies and their scalable sales strategies. And the idea that we are either going to walk into a bank and get money to build our business, or that we're going to build our business without any money is 10 for 10 on the scale. Financing your small business is critical. In fact, being underfunded is one of the top 10 reasons why businesses fail. So this is pretty important.
That is so true.
In this video, I am going to go beyond the surface advice that you get and talk to you about why you need funding, first of all, how the funding needs change as you go through different seasons and growth cycles in your business, and also what you need to do now to get your business ready to qualify for funding and loans in the future. So at the end, I'm going to give you 5 specific things that you can do to start establishing your business credit score, and you want to make sure you stay all the way until then. All right, pet peeve. Bootstrapping does not mean that you have no money going into your business. It is unlikely that you're going to get a business loan as a brand new small business owner. But there are exceptions. Like, for example, if you're a new orthodontist fresh out of school and you're wanting to start your practice, you're probably going to be able to get a loan. If you are a food truck owner with no previous business ownership experience, you're probably not going to get a loan, but you still need money. Like, as a new business owner, you are going to have startup expenses. You are going to have software that you need. You are going to have needs for getting your logo designed, or maybe you need to purchase supplies. Like, you're gonna have some money to be able to run this business. So that first round of funding is gonna come from one of 3 places. Either you're going to fund it with your savings, with putting a certain amount of money in each month from your paycheck, but you're going to fund that first round of your business, or other people's money. So this could be things like friends and family. This could be something like a Kickstarter. Although even to run a successful Kickstarter, you're going to need to put your money in to then get other people's money for your Kickstarter. So it does take money. Or the other thing that you can do is you can front load sales. So that is how I funded Amy Walker Consulting when I first got started. Was I front loaded with sales, and then I took very, very minimal amounts of money out of the business and I kept putting the sales back in. But it worked because I was a service-based business with an intellectual product where I didn't have a lot of upfront costs. If that hadn't been the case, that wouldn't have worked. With my author business, I'm front loading it with my personal money. So I'm paying for all of the expenses up front, and then those will pay me back over time, and they can pay me back even with interest. But you have to have money coming from somewhere. The idea that we're going to run a business for free is just not accurate. And it is one of the top 10 reasons why businesses fail. If you look up, there's a list from the Small Business Administration. There's a list of the top reasons why businesses close down. Underfunding is at the top. We need to be able to have resources to do the things that we need to do to grow our business. So I do want to add in here one other thing that I don't want to miss. It's important. Other people's money could also be getting a personal line of credit based on your personal credit score. So that you can still use it only, and you should use it only and exclusively for business, because all of the interest that you pay is a tax write-off. So if it's got a mixture of business and family, that's going to mess things up with your accounting. But you can use your personal credit score to obtain a loan or a line of credit or a credit card in order to be able to get the funding that you need. That's probably the most common thing that I see people do, is pull from savings and use personal credit to do that first round of funding. Now, the startup phase of business is actually not the most expensive phase, and it's not where you're going to need the most amount of money. Where you're going to need the most amount of money is when you're actually ready to scale your business. So startup, yes, there are expenses, and I know it feels like a lot, I know it feels overwhelming, but usually if you can get some friends and family to invest in with you, you can pull some of your own funds, you can use some of your personal credit, you can start with a front load sales strategy, you can usually piece that together. But when you get ready to scale, that's when you're really going to need more money being able to come into your business. Now I want to pause here and talk about the difference between business credit and personal debt. Business credit is actually an asset for your business. Personal debt is a liability against your personal worth, your personal value. But if you have a line of credit, let's just say I have a $30,000 line of credit, and I can then go and invest that $30,000 into something that I know is going to produce $200,000, that's an asset for my company. If I have $30,000 worth of credit card debt personally, that is just a money suck and a money drain. So one of the most important things I hope you take away from this video is learning to think about your personal finances very differently from your business finances. I do not have car payments. I do not have personal credit card loans. I don't pay for personal stuff on credit. I don't do that. I wait until I have money and then I go and buy the thing that I want. However, on the business side of things, I do have some business credit that is available to me that I am investing and using in things that are growing the business. And I still have a minimal amount of debt behind my company. But the idea that we want our company to be debt-free in the same way that we want our business or our personal life to be debt-free, it seems really great over here, and it is. It's not actually really great over here. You want to have access to funds, but you want to be using them for things that you know are going to create ROI. One of my rules of thumb is I never use credit to put a Band-Aid on a problem. If there's a problem, I need to fix the problem with the cash that I have. Otherwise, putting someone else's cash on that problem is just I'll still burn through the cash. It's just, now I have debt behind it, but no solution for it. So I solve problems with my own money, with the business's money, but I invest in future growth with other people's money. That's just my personal rule. It's how I look at it. You can look at it however you want to look at it. Okay, let's get back into this here. When you're scaling, you're going to have really two main options. One is going to be a business loan. The other one is going to be investors. And there's pros and cons to both. So with a business loan, you're paying back interest. With an investor, you're giving them a percentage of ownership in your company. So you're actually giving a part away. I personally prefer loans over investors because I don't want to give away control. And I'm really independent. I love collaboration. I don't love partnership. And here's the difference for me. Collaboration, I love coming together to do things together that we can do better alone, but then I want us to be able to go our separate ways. I don't love having someone that I have to answer to all of the time with every decision, except for my husband. Everyone else, I'm like, I want to do what I want to do. Yeah, we can play, but then I want to do my thing. So for me, I prefer business loans, but you might actually prefer partnership. I have clients where I'm like, dude, you need a business partner. You thrive in an environment where you're working with somebody and you don't like working alone. So that would be a great way to bring some money into the business. Now, you may already know this may be useless information to you, but I'm just telling you, I'm amazed how often people are like, oh yeah, I could bring in a business partner. And they're not asking for the business partner to bring in money. They're just asking for the business partner to do work. You put in money to get this business up and started. They need to buy in if they're going to be any kind of a partner, have any type of ownership. There needs to be an actual monetary exchange, not just a partner in name. Again, I think most people know that, but I'm surprised constantly. All right, I hope this is helpful for you. I hope you're getting some good tips here. I do want to invite all of you who are new to the channel to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you can get notified every time we release new content. And for those of you who are just joining us back again, let's go into our 5 things that you can do today to start establishing your business credit. Because here's the deal, if you don't do anything to establish your business credit, you're never going to qualify for a business loan. So the SBA has basically like a business credit score that they require you to have a certain amount in order to get loaning. It's called your Small Business Scoring Service. It's your SBSS number. In your personal credit, it goes from like 300 up to 800. It's just a 0 to 100 score on the business side of things. But you want to start establishing in that now, because you could have like great financials and you could have great personal credit, but if you go in and your business has 0 credit, you still might struggle to get that loan. And it's not that you can't get it, it's that it will take longer, because they'll have you do these steps to set up your business credit first, and then you'll have to come back and do it later. And a good business banker will work with you through this process, but you might as well just start doing some of these things right now. The first is vendor credit. So this is somebody that you buy supplies from or you buy services from, and you're going to pay them on like net 30. And so you're starting to establish that history of payment there. The next is supplier credit. So this is where they allow you to buy your supplies, but then you can pay that back over time. Next, you have retailer credit. So some brands of major retailers will let you set up your loan in the business name. You can even do that with your automobiles as well. You can put the loan under the business name, and now the business is starting to get that credit. Plus also having a car under your business name is important for tax benefits as well. So that could be something you could do. You can put your services under your business name. So your cell phone, your internet, web hosting, like those are some of the easiest things to start getting under your business name. And then actual business credit. So if you if you're in the US and during 2020 you got any of the business loans that were available, like the EIDN loans, they were a lot easier to get them. You have a business credit set up because you're making repayments at this point. But if not, you could apply for business credit cards under your business name, and that will also help you to start establishing that credit history. The most important thing for keeping your SBSS number high is that you make your payments on time and that you pay the right amounts. So establishing that history early is going to make it so much easier when you get to that point where you're like, I am ready to scale. We're getting a building, or we need to renovate the existing building, or we are looking for new equipment, or we're looking to expand into new regions and we need to open up new offices. Any of that type of stuff that you're wanting to do is going to require either investors or credit. And you want to have a great history, because on either side, it's going to be easier to get a loan and easier to get investors when everything looks good on the financials. So now that you have watched how to get financing for your small business, the next video I want you to go check out is how to fix the 5 biggest problems in your marketing. So many times when somebody is looking for an increase in funds, it's because they're wanting to increase marketing. We definitely want to fix the problems before we go and put more money into something that might not be working to start with. I'm just saying. So I cannot wait to see you over there, and we will chat again really soon. Thanks, everyone.